Pre-purchase roof surveys. What do you actually get from us, and what's the detail in the survey? Well, first of all, it's always about access to a roof. We've got many different ways of accessing a roof. We've got ladders, we've got drones, we've got selfie sticks, long selfie sticks. So if we can't fly the drone, or we can't get on the roof because of health and safety, or even the customers there won't let us get on the roof, because there's all sorts of different scenarios and permissions that we need before we can go and do this. We've got different ways that we can get the information. So what I'm showing you here is footage from a drone, and it's probably easier for me just to stop this for a second and just show you the kind of thing that I'm looking at. So when I'm looking at a roof, to be able to give you the correct information, we want to know the age. You want to know, is it going to last? And these are great tiles. These are, for instance, Redland 49 tiles. They're fantastic tile, but it's not the tile which is the problem on this roof. It's all the other areas. It's the flashings up the side which are always going to be the problem. If we look at this dormer here, it's the side of this dormer here. I mean, this is really bad. So, this is the kind of information that I can give you when looking at a roof. I'll just scrub through this a little bit more, see if I can find any more information. So we look at this side of the roof here. Again, there's loads of detail here. The cheek is not, let's go to there, the cheek is not particularly in good condition just there. And I note that when I get up there and have a look at that, look, there's a broken tile up there. So this is the kind of thing that you can see. Let's move over to another example. So some roofs this is an example of a flat roof at the back of a property. I'm going to actually look at the rest of the property on this particular one as well. But this is a flat roof which has to be surveyed as part of it's on top of someone else's flat. So the people purchasing the upstairs flat want to know what the condition of this particular roof is, and it's not in good condition at all. But you can see me using this selfie stick, which I use an awful lot. If I can't get access with a drone or by ladder, this gives me good access to look around the outside edge. I couldn't use a drone on this particular one. It was too windy in the background. Let me just scrub through some of this, and you can see, I mean, you can look at the trees going there. So I'm just having a good look at a high level just here to see the back of that particular property. Now I go into the property, and you can see me here. What I'm actually doing here is I'm looking at the depth of the window here, the skylight. I also do this one here in a second, and the depth here and the depth here isn't big enough for this roof to be insulated or vented correctly. So that's going to go on the report. These are big factors. It's not necessarily just the roof itself which is a problem. Has it been vented? And I'm looking at all these different telltales. If you look here, I'm getting down inside in all the cupboards, everything I can do to have a good look around to see what's going on. It's really interesting that inside this particular cupboard that I'm looking inside here, I found some brilliant information. Let me just show you. So I'm just getting inside the cupboard now and looking with my inspection torch, and there's a few things here, and these things are often missed. It's only because of my experience as a roofer and doing all of this and working with building control and insurance companies when things like this go wrong. So first of all, we're looking here at the insulation that hasn't been fitted properly. We're looking at the insulation in the back of the wall where it hasn't been fitted. I'm actually looking there at the back of the sarking felt underneath the tiles which are there. Now, I mean, that's crazy. The fact that I can see all of this inside this cupboard, this all shouldn't be there. The design is different. I don't want to go into that now, but the point being is that this just does not work, and this will all be part of the report. What I was just pointing out there is that there should be through ventilation moving backward and forward inside this roof. Let's go and have a look at another example. Now, I talked to you about using my selfie stick. I'm pushing this out of the window to see if I can get any good information on the roof. I couldn't I couldn't fly the drone on this particular day. I'm taking this video for purposes for doing exactly what I'm doing now. Normally, I would actually take photographs as well as videos, but you can see even without the drone, the kind of information that I can get by just having a look around at all the different scenarios just on that one particular video. I later go to downstairs and look at the front roof by doing the same thing, looking out. There's problems there with the fascia boards. There's problems down the side. I would normally take photographs as well. If I just stop that there, you look here, we've got the growth coming out of the wall. So all of this would be detailed in the report to give you an idea of what it's going to be to maintain the roof. Now I'm just flicking backward and forward through just loads of different data that I got on different roofs here. And this is the same ones you saw me before when you saw me walking around, but with the camera on the selfie stick as I'm going around the outside, you can see the kind of detail that I can get. And you know, believe me, this roof is in bad condition, so you can imagine what the report's going to say on that. So here you can see me going through many photographs that I have, which I take of all sorts of different roofs, etc. I've actually made sure that I'm not showing anybody's details here. And you can see that we'll get access via a ladder going up if we need to, because this ladder I can easily look at this roof, I can easily look at that roof. So access to the roofs via ladder is something that we're doing all the time. Now this is an interesting one again. I couldn't fly the drone on this one, but I'm going out through the window. Look at that. You know, you can see all the details which needs to be dealt with the chimney there, which will all be in the report. The condition of not only the chimney but the flat roof. Let's see if we can move this on a little bit further for you. The slates. Now this is really interesting when you look at this, because the ventilation, again, we go back to the ventilation that I mentioned beforehand, is something that is not, I see lots and lots of different reports, but I also get involved with lots of properties that suffer from what we call interstitial condensation because of lack of ventilation. So you'll find that in my reports I'm mentioning ventilation and the thermal properties of roofs all the time. Now these are artificial slates on this particular roof, and artificial slates are normally, I'm finding, fitted incorrectly. That is the problem with a lot of today's construction. Now this is an interesting one. I was able to fly the drone over the top of this one, but this roof is in really bad state of repair, as you can see. Chimney stacks, there's so much work on this particular roof. This one, you know, was really condemned all the way around, and not only that, access to it was really bad. I mean, look at the slates coming off of there. So again, in the report I'll be reporting on the ventilation, which there is none on this particular roof. As you can see, there's no venting on this whatsoever, and these artificial slates have to have special ventilation put underneath them, more than a normal roof would have, and a roof which has got a livable dwelling underneath it. As you can see, it's a window in here, so therefore it's a converted roof. This is mansard underneath here. Has to have more ventilation than a roof would normally have. And again, you can see here, I mean, look at all the repairs on this. So that's just another good example. So where possible, we'll get access up into the loft and have a look around in the loft. We'll report back on the sarking felt, which if you look at this one is in really bad condition underneath here, isn't it? And whether we see any dampness up there. We may use damp meters if we do, to give you an idea of the readings of what's going on up in the loft. But it's essential, if we can, to get access up there just to see exactly what is going on. So the report given will look something like this. There'll be obviously the customer's details in the top, a few descriptions of what's going on. Then individually, as we go through the different elevations of the roof and the different information which is there, I'll put photographs in, point arrows to them, any information that I can put on that roof on the report for you. And then at the end of it, I'll normally conclude what the costs might be to be able to rectify the work, replace the roof, put any ventilation in, anything like that, just to give you a good idea of exactly what it might cost to either replace the roof or to update it. Now it's important to know that with the reports, they're all going to be tailored to exactly what you need and what the property is. So although I'm showing you all of this information, everything is tailored individually for each particular property. The prices on the report will all be based on doing the work to the correct building regulations. And sometimes it looks a bit scary when you get a report, because some of these prices for some of these roofs to do correctly can be extremely high. Of course, that could be an advantage to you if you want to knock down the purchase price, but we're trying to make sure that you understand the full implications of buying a property that has got a roof that is not new. Obviously a new roof, you're going to get a great report. I mean, in this video that I'm showing you now, on this particular house purchase? Well, they were buying the ground floor flat, but they had to pay a percentage of the renewal of this, and that wasn't being shown anywhere. And you can see this is in a really bad condition. So if you need any more information, please get in touch with me. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Speak soon.